It is the 254 Express with your girl, Sonia Pinto. Welcome to everybody who is tuned in. Man, today I am super excited. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm so thrilled. We have an amazing guest. The one, the only, Papa Jones himself, Khaligraph Jones. I'd like to also say Papa wa Amali and Lou. How you doing?
God is good.
God is great.
Yeah. I'm doing okay.
Yeah. I would first like to thank you so much for coming through. Man, you don't even know how much this means to us here at Radio 254. You know?
Yeah, it's only right. I had to pull up. Yeah.
How you doing? How you feeling this morning?
I say this again. God is good. We are blessed.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm excited. And yeah, OG is OG.
I love that the OG is the OG himself. Now, hip hop has had like unacceptability and this whole global stratosphere where people are actually coming out and speaking. And honestly, for me, I have listened to you from Kitambo. We go way back.
Way back.
You know, so for me, you being here is not only exciting and thrilling, but I'd like to get to know you for you. You know, your story, your come up. You know, how was it that we got you from Kitambo till now and you're still doing the thing and you are putting us out there on the map? You know, so for me, it's like, man, I'm so pumped. So you started your musical career in elementary school, yeah?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
correct, yeah.
it officially began in 2008 at a function called Words and Pictures.
It actually began in 2005.
Okay.
There's a track on the album where I elaborate the whole story from where it started up to where it is right now. So in 2004, actually. But I recorded my first song in 2003.
2003.
2003.
Okay.
We formed a group called, we didn't even have a name for the group, but me and this gospel act, Hope Kid, yeah, we used to rap together, you know. So that was back in 2003. So I can say that's where you officially began.
Yeah. Well, I'm so sorry. I actually thought it was at this function called Words and Pictures.
WAPI was my first, I'd say platform where I presented myself to the masses as Khaligraph Jones.
Okay.
But I was still doing music even before that.
Even before that.
Yeah.
Okay. And how was that transition? Because here you were, you started with, you know, your peoples, and how were you able to emerge, and how was that story for you?
I mean, things were just happening the way they were happening. We were moving randomly. We didn't have pre-planned moves. Everything was just random. You know, a friend of mine tells me about this event that happens every end month called WAPI. We decide to go there. One time I decided to get up on stage and do freestyle battles. So none of these things were pre-planned. They just happen, you know. Okay. So there isn't a certain story I tell you, so they, nah, they just happened the way they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in 2018, you were crowned best rap or act of the year at the 5th annual African music. So what did that do to your career?
That is when I was officially crowned.
Crowned, yeah.
But I still had the crown even before
that. Yeah. But as a brand, and now you were actually able to be crowned. How? Please put me in your mind space. How was that?
I mean, sometimes these things, understanding the history and where we come from, and when you get to reach levels where you see people recognizing you for the efforts that you put into the game, that was something for me. And at this particular point, you know, I don't only represent Khaligraph Jones, but I represent the whole of East Africa. I represent the whole of Africa.
Yes.
So just seeing people going out of their way to give me the award as the best rapper in Africa, you know, that was something. And, up to date, I'm grateful for that because it changed my mindset. change the way I move, for the better. Yeah.
And let's talk about Testimony 1990. And I personally really love how the music came together. And you talk a lot about how us, not only in Kenya, but as East Africa, because I love how you've been able to give a platform to different artists, and have like a different genre come and pick and its own thing, So for it to be able to come together and you decided, okay, I'm gonna come here with Invisible Currency. How has that transition been? And have people, how has that been for other people listening and cheering you on behind?
It has been a good process, of course. But when you are making Testimony 1990, I remember before putting that out, we had, the way you were blowing up my phone about this interview.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that was happening with the people, constantly sending messages and asking me when I'm going to drop the first album.
Yeah.
But with me, I'm very meticulous with the moves that I make. I didn't just want to put out an album that, putting out an album for the sake of putting out an album. Yeah, I wanted to come through with something that is going to be considered as a masterpiece. And, I took my time. I, put everything together, and when I felt like the atmosphere was ready for Testimony 1990, and then I went ahead to release it. Now, immediately after that, this is the thing with people nowadays. I can release a song today, and I'm pushing the song and put out the video. Next week, you'll have people asking me, Khaligraph, when are you going to put out the next song? Yeah, so with Testimony 1990, I started getting the same pressure immediately after that. Like, yo, when is the next album coming through?
Yeah.
That is like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
2018. And like I said, I'm very meticulous with the moves that I make. I started working on the album in 2018 for me to come and release it in 2022. So you can only you understand the amount of time and sacrifices that I had to be laid down for this album to come together. But of course, if you listen to the first album and the second album there are notable changes, because life done change, things done change.
Exactly.
Perspective with life is different right now. We see things different. How we move is different, and like I said, it's all for the best.
Okay.
And I was just excited about that.
Yeah. So now we talk about Invisible Currency that was released on the 3rd of March. Big up yourself. I really, really love this project. It's been amazing. And for me, what I get about Invisible Currency is something that is not tangible.
Yes.
There
you go.
We hear of you, we already know the impact without even being able to see you, So for me, I love how you've been able to give different people and different sounds to it, because we're talking about artists that you've been able to work with from, and I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you started recording in Kenya, you've been to Ghana, you've been to the States. So please walk us through why did you think that you needed to integrate all these different sounds?
Even before I respond to that, I want to give you props, because I see you've been paying attention.
Yeah, I have.
You have been paying attention, and
Yes.
that is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm very particular with how I do my things. I just don't do things randomly, unless you're talking about back in the days when I told you when we went to there to go to move to with no plan.
With no plan.
But right now, understanding where my level is, or where I've been placed, so everything has to be professional. So even when I was putting this album together and working with all these different artists from these different places,
yeah.
For me, it was just I just wanted to make good music. I just wanted to make good music, and trust me, at this point in my career, there are very many people, big names that I can easily work with.
Yeah.
But the criteria was not to get the people with the highest
sales or their biggest brand.
Yeah. It was just about making good music. So some of these songs were as a result of just good vibes in the studio,
Yeah.
good conversations, and from those good conversations, you see that this can materialize to a good song. So for me, that's how I was functioning. It wasn't even about the traction or the number of
numbers,
it's just about the vibes and all that. Yeah.
So I can imagine working with so many diverse minded people is so interesting. Please put us in that space. How has it changed you? Has your perspective changed, when you're able to meet so many interesting and intelligent and different minded people? Please, how has that been for you?
And I say this every time, that is what separates me from the pack.
Yeah.
It is a known fact that Khaligraph Jones is a very good rapper. But I'm a lover of music in general. Not only rap music and hip hop, but music, R&B, and all genres of music.
Yeah.
So if you put me in an environment where people are messing with R&B or people are listening to R&B, then I quickly adapt to that environment,
Yeah.
So even when I engage these people that I was working with on the album and I bring them to my space and I tell them, there's this particular jam that I want us to work on together.
Yeah.
It's easily executable because I know what it is. I understand music. It's not missy rapper to like I know music. And and when you pay good attention to the album, you will notice that I was singing. I sing like
you were.
I sing pretty good.
Yes.
So there you go.
All right. So there's a song called Ikechuku.
Yeah.
And now I heard that that's your nickname.
That's the nickname, yeah.
That's the nickname. There's a story behind that name. There was an award that you were getting.
Yeah.
And the vibe was off. These people did not want you to get that award.
Yeah.
So please tell us why you decided to have that as a title, because, some other people would have, just not taken it lightly. But you used that and you were like, no, this is going to be the title of the song, which I really, really commend. So please tell us about this story and how it came to being.
In 2000 and was it went to 2020, right? 2020, 2019, I think, or the beginning of 2020, I get invited, in Nigeria. There is an awarding ceremony that is taking place, Sound City.
Yeah.
Khaligraph Jones is nominated as the best rapper in Africa, and eventually I win, as it was expected.
As it was expected. I like that.
Yeah, after that happens, then mixed reactions, of course, because when you're placed in such categories, then there are also other guys who are competing with you.
Yeah.
So there are some people who felt some type of way about it, and they were not comfortable with it. And there's a guy who happens to be my good friend right now, Black Bones.
Okay.
He came out and he was like, yo, hey, Khaligraph, I feel like. But it was all love, I understood where he was coming from because it wasn't even personal.
Yeah.
And just being able to, be in that space and seeing the way the crowd reacted when I was going on stage and I was collecting the award. And I was like, yeah, these guys are really trying to act like they don't know who the OG is. And sometimes you don't blame people because people can be people.
Yeah.
So I felt like this was the perfect opportunity to seize. And then I decided to drop a diss track. I was targeting Black Bones.
Okay.
But Black Bones was not even the akukuwa target yangu.
Yeah.
I was just trying to come up with a proper strategy so that by the next time when they call me on stage to collect the award again, the crowd will know who the OG is. And that's how it happened. Dropped a diss track, and we had a little there was a back and forth on
some banter here and there
on social media. And one of of my Nigerian fans gave me the Ikechuku name.
Okay.
So Ikechuku, that's when they started calling me Ikechuku. That was in 2020, Nice. And since then, Ikechuku is one of my names, and that's how also the song was created.
It was created. I like that. Do you know what it means?
It means the wrath of God. I think something in those lines,
Interesting.
the wrath of God. Yeah.
So you have a track with Dax, Hiroshima. Please tell me how that project came to being and how the visuals were when you were, recording and came to piece it all together.
I reached out to Dax on social media. Of course, social media is a medium of when you're trying to reach out to somebody. And this is a message to everybody who's seen this. If you want to reach out to Khaligraph, use social media.
Yeah, actually, that's how I got to reach you.
Don't underestimate the power of social media. So
for sure.
I hit up Dax on IG, DMs. I was like, yo, what up? Khaligraph Jones, my name. And I'm thinking if there's a possibility we can be able to put in some work together.
Yeah.
Quickly responded. He was like, yeah, I know who you be. I'm ready when you are. And that's how it happened. I went, created the song, recorded the song real quick, sent it to him. He sent it back to me with them vocals laced. And that happened. I was like, yo, do you think that by any chance we can be able to get visuals for this?
Yeah.
There's a way he does his videos. If you know Dax, then you know how he moves.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, for sure.
Quality A1.
Yeah.
Creativity
So he did his
A1.
thing, sent it to me. He was like, okay. Because, funny thing is that we've never linked up. I've never met Dax, yani ati kukutana na yeye kabisa hivi. So all this communication happens on social media, and of course we exchange contacts. So he shot his part of the video, sent it to me, and we used that as a reference, and we went ahead to shoot our part as well.
Okay.
And we put them together, and we had Hiroshima was born.
Yeah. I love it. Where did you record the music video?
He recorded his scenes in, I don't know, was it Arizona or something?
But what about your scenes?
Me, it was in Magadi.
Oh, really?
Magadi, yeah,
dope,
Magadi.
Dope.
I'm very sure people didn't even know we have such kind of places.
I did not know.
Yeah,
so
that is in Magadi.
Yeah, I saw the visuals and I was like, this is insane.
Yeah, exactly.
So shout out to the whole team that came together and
shout
put it
out
out.
to Ricky Becco.
Yeah.
He handled the visuals, came through correct with it, and God bless him. Yeah.
So how has the traction been? How are people vibing with the video?
It's crazy. I mean, it's good reception. But when you started this interview, you say that hip hop in Kenya, we're always trying to, as much as Khaligraph Jones is a big brand, but they've given us this task to always try to prove ourselves again and again. So even when you do a song of this magnitude with an international act, they're like, okay, it happened, but what else can you do? Can you now try to get Lil Wayne on that as well? So people always want to put, downplay.
And it takes us back to what you were saying. Even when you're looking for people to collaborate with, it's for the music.
It's for the music.
It's not. We're not looking for the numbers or the big brands.
Exactly.
We are here to make music
and
express ourselves, and also put KE out there to the map.
Of course, and that is exactly what is happening right now. But the real fans, of course, they held it down.
Yeah,
like, yo, Khaligraph, that's what's up.
Exactly.
We took it to the next level, and at this point, I can comfortably say that. I don't know. There aren't many African rappers who are really doing it the way I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And it's a proven fact. I mean, if you want to go and check out the receipts there on where YouTube, Khaligraph Jones has the most reacted on songs videos on YouTube. Yeah, facts.
So for people who are listening in and want to get to your level, what should they do? Because kuna wase wana struggle na hawajui watafika hapo aje. So for me, I'd like to ask, because I'm sure for just the benefit of themselves, how can they get to your level?
Everything takes time, you just have to trust the process. And another thing, even when you decide to partake this journey with music, and your knowledge in expand, and you get to understand things from different levels. And at this point, there are very many dope rappers we have in the country.
Yeah.
But rapping is not the only factor that can, put you out there.
On the map, yeah.
Yeah, and your work ethic. Work ethic is very essential. If you want to be on that, map, then your work ethic has to be
on it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Yeah, so I tell people, trust the process. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
Be consistent, foot on the gas pedal.
Yeah.
All the way to the end. And eventually, them doors are going to open for you. I mean, we have guys who are not here in some 3-4 years ago, but they're making big moves right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, I mean, it takes time, but you just have to trust the process.
All right.
Yeah.
I love that. So now, let's bring it now back to the album. You have this Afro pop Luo vibe that you're giving us, and I really, really like. That's ateri dala.
Ateri dala.
Yeah. Now, I really love that sound, and you're bringing this native Luo vibe into it. Please do explain to us why you decided to go in that direction, and are we going to be expecting more different sounds like that coming through in the future?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. The reasons why we took that direction is because I'm a musician.
Yeah,
I am a musician. I told you, my love for music is general. Like, it's not only specific at hip hop music. I'm a musician. I like experimenting on different
genres.
Exactly. And when I was doing that, when we came up with the concept, I was looking for ways and how I could be able to, execute on that song. And nikaona inakuja na hiyo vibe ya kuimba, inakuja na hiyo afro. And that's
the
how
sound is different.
Decided to bring in one of the biggest names in Ohang. Do you know what Ohangla is?
Yeah, kinda.
Nishaskia, yeah. So Prince Inda. If you guys, you don't know who Prince Inda is, then you go and do your research.
Yeah.
So we decided to have him on the track, and I think at this point that is one of the most streamed songs on the album. Yeah, because it's different, but at the same time, gives you that good vibe.
Good vibe.
Yeah.
So for me who doesn't know what ateri dala means, can you please tell me what it means?
Ateri kwanza ni kupeleke, dala ni ushago.
Oh.
Unajua?
Okay.
Kupelekwa rurashi. Inaitwanga nini ile kitu?
Rurasho.
Rurasho. Unapelekwa, yani kupacha nikupeleke. Kupeleke ushago manzeni kuintroduce kwa.
All right. Yeah, to the family, extended family, and
There you go.
I really, really like that. So, what inspired you to go in that direction? Because, yes, you do like to dabble with like different genres, but why? Like, why now?
Because I'm a romantic guy.
Hey,
yeah,
you are?
Of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Put that. I really, really, really like that. For me, it's my personal favorite, and Maombi ya Mama.
Maombi ya Mama.
Now, Maombi ya Mama really struck a chord with me because here you are being very vulnerable.
Yeah.
You really put your guard down and you are like, listen, I'm a human being at the end of the day. I dabble and I go through all these emotions. And you talk about suicide.
Yeah.
Can you please, and then you talk about your father's death. And you talk about, being a dad. So here you are and you're trying to balance all these things. And you became vulnerable. And for me, it's why did you decide to tell us all these things? And, why?
I felt like it was needed. A lot of people needed that information. Because sometimes, when you see people and you see us, celebrities and superstars, and you want to make a lot of assumptions and you think we are not human beings and we didn't go through, situations in life.
Yeah.
So at this point in my life, I feel like I've conquered everything. And hakuna story yangu yenye inaweza kuniaibisha, unajua. Even if I tell you I dropped out of school and I went back to school and I got a very to what some people will consider as a bad grade, which is a D+. To me, haiwezi niumiza sai, because I did the unimaginable, unajua.
Yeah.
I conquered everything. I knocked down all the barricades that zilikuwa zimewekwa kwa maisha yangu ili nisifaulu, and I am here now, unajua.
Yeah.
So of course, because God has elevated me to this position in life, I feel like this information is needed for those who are coming up and those who are think that maybe, oh, my life is over, or it doesn't seem like I'm going to make it because of where I come from.
Yeah.
The song was just to tell you that irrespective of your background, you know, if you believe in anything or believe in something, then it is possible.
It is.
If you put your mind into it. And that is exactly what happened with me.
Yeah.
And I'm here now.
I really, really like that. And I can imagine like so many people listening in can resonate with everything that you've said. So here you are and you have so much going on. You're a father. How is it? Actually,
ni vibe fiti. It's different, of course. But it is a good experience. It is a good experience every day. You know, ni kitu fiti.
Yeah, it's amazing watching you in that space and seeing how you're very family oriented, and I can tell that, you know, family to you means a lot.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, and I can see you're also here trying to do amazing things and you're putting us out there. So how do you balance all these things? How do you also have time for yourself?
How do I balance everything?
Yeah.
I just do. I don't know how I do it. It just happens. I mean, you know, I'm not employed by anybody. I've not been employed by anybody. I don't do, you know, 9 to 5s. I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it is that I'm doing what I like. I do what I love doing. That is music. So when you do something you like doing and you know, with no you haven't been limited because hey, nafaa kufika hapa 9 ndavutwa kazi, unajua.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always you know, make everything work. And for me, like today, for instance, before I came for this interview in the morning, woke up, them kids always, you know, they get up with me like, yeah, daddy's about to leave, and I can never leave without seeing them.
Go.
So those are not things which I plan. I say, nikiamka, I'm going to hang out with
It's gonna be like this, like this, like
it
that.
It just happens.
It flows.
Happens. Yeah, it happens the way it happens. And if you have important things in your life, then you always know how to allocate time for that, you know, for those things. And that's just how I do it, man.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you also be taking your kids to the studio. Are we perhaps gonna hear them in like the next album?
I don't know. That is I'm not. I know there is a lot of things that are happening nowadays, and people always want to push their kids to the
yes.
You know, but for me, the decision is with them. They will decide if they want to go to the studio and record, or if they don't want to go to the studio and record.
Yeah,
but,
it would be nice just to hear them say hi, dad, or just have them, you know, intro like a song, you know.
Yeah, let's hope that
but
happens.
It's beautiful just being able to watch you do all these incredible things. And man, so now in 2021, you partnered with Odibets.
Yeah.
It's a sports betting company, and there was like an initiative to launch the Ordinary Rap Challenge. How was that? And did you get to work with the youth?
I did.
You did? Please put us on like how that.
Oh, you
journey.
didn't see that?
No, I didn't, but I did read about it.
Yeah. We what we did, and I say this, I don't be taking too many interviews because, like I told you, people always want to downplay rap and hip hop and the impact we have on the masses.
Yeah.
But we initiated a challenge. We started a challenge that up to date, I don't think they will ever be able to replicate something of that sort. Because do you know, we had over 10,000 videos that were submitted.
What?
10,000 rappers took part in the challenge. 10,000.
Wow.
and it's an online thing, you know.
Yeah.
So we didn't even think that thing was going to blow up like that when we started it. But just seeing, you know, everybody taking part in the challenge, and that was a game changer. That was a game changer, you know. And big shout out to Odibets because they came through. It's not every day you get to work with corporates who are willing to put down money, like good money. It's not. I've seen competitions happen out here, and I think guys, first rapper give 50,000 bob, 100,000. No, you're not giving away 50,000.
Yeah,
we gave away 1 million bob. 500,000 and 250,000, you know, respectively.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that speaks volumes. I don't even have to say nothing.
It does.
And like I said, the fact that it wasn't really out there. Them blogs, they didn't take it up, you know, like put it out there for them people to see. I mean, it's so good. But at the end of the day, we know how we move in the streets, and we know what the word on the street is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you mentioned that there were 10,000 rappers. So how do you think the industry is? Like, do you think there's hope? Like, what? Because there is, yeah.
There is.
How was it also being able to work with these young kids? Like, yeah, just put us through maybe like a short journey through how.
It is always a good experience working with. I don't want to say upcoming, but
the youth. I like
the youth.
say
Let me just say, let's say the youth.
Say the youth. Yeah.
And if you noticed, mostly when I'm working on songs, or some of the biggest collaborations that I have, in my career, some of these guys that are featured on my songs are not even big names. You know? When you look at Kali Katel, we look at when I was working with Masauti even. Masauti wasn't a big name when I was working with him. And we have a song with him, together with him on my YouTube channel that happens to be the most viewed song on my most viewed song, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I always find it, interesting when I'm working with young guys in the game. So even when I was working with, big shout out to Caterpillar. Caterpillar was the winner of the competition. There was Elisha Eli. There was Bensi. There was Murasta. There was Achicho. And there was Shekina Karen, you know, just being able to work with them and being in the same space with them, you know, even me, I get to learn a lot, you know, because these are kids, these are wako fresh.
Yeah.
Like there are things which they know, or there's a way they see things right now, because I'm not a kid anymore.
Yeah, you're not. You have kids.
I got kids, you know what I'm saying?
You got kids out here.
So it's always a good experience for me, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love every bit of it.
Awesome. So are you maybe in the future going to take in like any youth people under your wing and guide them and, you know, help them in the projects or like in this here music industry?
I try to do that by, affiliation. Yeah, sometimes there's a time, you know, we start, you know, I have a label, right? Blue Ink.
Yeah, Blue Ink.
My manager is right here, Francis.
Yeah, shout out Francis.
Yeah. So, you know, we had a very bad experience with that one time, and we decided to just step back a little and just, you know, it felt like we needed to get our things together, you know, analyze the game, re-strategize, regroup.
Yeah.
And until we get it together the way it's supposed to be, because we don't do substandard. If you're doing something, we go all the way.
All the way, yeah.
So we decided to step back to get that in order.
Yeah.
But as of now, what we are doing is that we are trying to affiliate ourselves with, young, talented acts, and, you know, probably give them platforms. You know, I always bring them to the studio with me. I'm trying to conversate with them, you know, just enlighten them about the music and how this thing, the music industry and how it functions.
Yeah.
So that is what we try to do right now. But hopefully in the coming future, when everything is properly set, then definitely that is a direction that is going to be taken.
All right. I like that. So with this music industry, we get a lot of people who come here and they tell us that there's no proper structure to help, you know, with the upcoming artists. I'd like to just kind of like swing that question to you. Do you think with like a proper structure and a proper foundation, and if we're able to elevate ourselves, then the music industry would be per se better, and KE would be out there in the frequencies as much?
I mean, it is a sad situation. We don't have structures that were set up by those guys who are here before us to see young up and coming artists turn successful.
Yeah.
But this is a third world country. This is a third world country, and I always I say this to all the young guys who are coming up in the game, bro. You have to take responsibility.
You do.
You have to take responsibility. Even for me, I came from nothing.
Yeah.
You've seen my gradual,
your come up, your growth.
Yeah,
We've
the growth.
seen the transition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So until we are not going to just sit down and say we are waiting for structures to be set up so that we can become successful.
That's true.
You have to take that responsibility yourself and say that, okay, first I know this, we don't have this and this, so this is what I'm going to do. Me and Francis, we started Blue Ink in 2011.
Okay.
2011.
Yeah,
I was 21 years old.
Yeah.
We didn't even have an office. We didn't have a studio. We didn't have nothing. We set up an office in 2015.
What?
Yeah. And kutoka hiyo siku mpaka sai we are still together, because we trust in the vision.
Yeah.
We trust in the process. And we believe that it begins with you. If you want to change the game and you feel like the game is lacking, proper structures to hold it together, then it begins with you. What are you doing to change the situation?
Yeah.
What are you doing to change the situation? Because Jay-Z is not going to come from America and sign you.
That is true.
Lazima uwekele kazi. Your work ethic is everything.
It's key.
Put in work, listen to advice. Alafu, this is also another thing that is happening nowadays. I put out a song. Probably some of the songs don't even make it to 1 million views. Some do. And we have these kids who are just coming up right now, and they chuck a song and
boom,
like 5 million views.
Yeah.
And some of them, they think they have it all together, because of the views. You can have all the views, but if you don't understand the mathematics of the game, then you don't know nothing,
That's true.
So it is always very hard to be able to sit down with a person. Some of these guys, sit them down and talk to them. Because in some occasions they have more views than you, so they think like
they know.
There's nothing you can tell me because I have it. You always I say this: be willing to listen. You don't know everything,
That's true.
You don't know everything. You can learn a thing or two from from us or.
From even everywhere,
from everyone, even me, even in this point in my career right now, there are people who sit me down and they talk to me. They're like, Khaligraph, you need to do this. Don't do this. Don't do. I listen to people.
Yeah.
So we need to have that, open mind. Don't think that because you have millions of views that
you figured it all out.
You don't know nothing.
That's true. So, with your flow being amazing and sick, and you're a lyricist. Please tell me what inspires you. How are you able to, I don't know if you sit with your kabuk and your kanot padama, it's your phone. Please tell us, take me through the process of, because we always see the end product, How is it for you and how are you able to, because you're so good with your words, I'd love to just know how it is and just the creative process behind that.
Well, my inspiration comes from just about, anything and everything. I was leaving the house today and I was headed to the office where my studio also happens to be at. And immediately I got to the studio. I recorded a verse before I came here. And we have this fuel situation. We don't have gas.
Alafu kila kitu imepanda.
So as I was driving and I was headed to the studio, kuna mahali nilipita pale junction, I saw cars were parked on the side of the road. I think there was a line. People are waiting to fill up their tanks. So that was inspiration for me. So when I got to the studio, I incorporated that in the
In the
lyrics that I
lyrics.
was lacing down today.
Yeah.
So inspiration for me comes from everything.
From
in
everything.
anything. Yeah.
So-
Even this interview right now, I'm getting inspired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I love it.
there you go.
All right. So I am seeing you rocking some very hard gear. Now, your hoodie is sick as
Appreciate that, baby girl.
Is that like your merch? I can see Invisible Currency.
Invisible Currency.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please tell us, link us up with that because I might need one.
Francis, make sure you do that thing.
Please
you always do, okay?
organize Tafadali. I'd love to know who did the art. First of all, it's amazing.
It's a guy called Ricky, not Ricky Beko, who did the visual, but there's another Ricky now. He came up with the artwork. And then this is a business that is handled by my sister.
Okay.
My sister, Lavender Toti. If you guys want to be hooked up with proper merch, then
shout out.
Lavender Toti is always out there to make it happen for you. So she's the one who did all this. Actually.
All right. I love it. And now on the topic of visuals, are we expecting a couple of more music videos coming up?
Yeah, man. I have. The funny thing is that we always have to strategize and first of all, you have to analyze the market and uone ni nini iko suitable.
Ufanye ka market research.
Uone ni nini iko suitable. Yani nini wase wanaweza digest your time.
Yeah.
I have 8 music videos unreleased.
Okay.
That are all, Invisible from the Invisible Currency album. We have Maombi ya Mama. We have there's a track on the album called Flee.
Okay.
There is Ikechuku. But then I shot the Ikechuku video in 2020.
For real?
Yeah.
So it's been a long time coming like that.
Yeah, Mimi, there are videos that I shot in 2018 that I have not even put out.
I like that.
So we have like a lot of videos that are unreleased right now, but we're just waiting for the right time. But we have agreed with my management that Maombi ya Mama is going to be next. So hopefully probably before this week ends, Maombi ya Mama is going to be out. Then the week after, we're going to hit you guys up with a proper hip hop track, probably Flee. Go and listen to that. It's on the album track number.
I've listened to this album. I love it. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, videos are of course gonna be coming.
Are you doing any tour? Like, are you gonna be touring? What's your plan on that? Like, when you come to this whole strategy, because you're about all that planning.
Yeah. The intention is to travel to the first stop is Tanzania.
Okay.
Tanzania.
Our neighbors.
Yeah, of course. There's a song on the album that I featured Ali Kiba.
Yes, it has a whole bongo vibe to it.
Yeah. So we have intentions of traveling to Tanzania. Do proper media tours or whatever that you guys call them.
Yeah.
Shoot a video for that out there.
Okay.
All those plans are already in check. Everything is in line. It's just a matter of us. Like right now, tukona so many bookings. We have so many bookings, shows back to back. But immediately the calendar clears out. Then Tanzania is our first stop. Then we're also going to Nigeria.
Okay.
There's a song on the album featuring Rude Boy.
Yes.
Rude Boy. If you guys don't know who Rude Boy is, and go check out P Square. So there's also, we are going to Ghana too.
Oh, nice.
Ghana. Then after that, I'm thinking 3 months from now, I'm gonna go back to the States. Yeah, and nifanye tour up here. Hopefully we get to Sway in the morning. We have links, people we are talking to right now.
Yeah.
And hopefully that comes into use that
play.
Through what?
Fruition. Yeah, fruition. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man, I'm actually very excited to see as all these projects come up. I like the fact that you really incorporated everybody into your album and it sounds different, and start to finish it's a whole story, I just get to unravel you and just to hear like this different sounds coming in. And oh my God, guys, you have been listening to Khaligraph here. Now I have probably like just maybe 2-3 questions before I release you.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good?
Yeah.
All right. So, what does music mean to you?
Music is life.
Music is life.
Music means everything to me. Without music, then there is no me. There's no calligraph. Music is everything to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And what would you like to be remembered for as Khaligraph himself, the OG himself, Papa Jones, Papa Amani and Lou? I really like it. From now on it's Papa Amani and Lou. So what would you like to be remembered for?
I don't know, man. That depends with the people. Feel like
because you're a whole legend.
Yeah, I feel like my purpose was to come here and just leave an impact, a positive impact, change people's lives and reach to levels where basically break barriers,
Yeah.
So however guys want to remember calligraph, that is on you, man. Me, I just want to do good and that's it.
Let me ask you, do you have a motto in life, or is there like a phrase you've been given by, let's say, your dad that that stays true and stays very deep to your heart?
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Trust the process, and you don't rush it. Good things take time.
Yeah.
And when the right time comes, then everything is gonna fall into place. Yeah.
I like that. That is quite deep, coming from the Mr. OG himself.
Yeah.
So would you like to tell us maybe any upcoming projects that we should, look forward to?
Yeah, first off, you guys make sure you listen to the album. If you haven't, and if you have, then listen to it again and again. Yeah. Big shout out to all the fans who made it possible for Khaligraph Jones to be where he is right now. Big shout out to everybody who's listening to the album. The conversation is about the album, so I want to keep it at that.
Yeah.
But OG's OG. The OG shall be respected. Support Kenyan music.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the next level. You know what it is.
For sure. Khaligraph himself. Now, here in the 254, few rappers have attained the status of Khaligraph Jones. Brian Okorobert, aka Papa Jones himself, who is a little over a decade, you've been able to match your lyrical gifts with a personality that I'd say has been very impactful. It's confident, it resonates, and for me it's been a pleasure just having you here. Now our platform here is 254 Radio 254, and what we're trying to do is basically put Kenya out there to the map. I'll see you. Yeah. So for us, we are really humbled and we really appreciate you for taking the time. You don't even know how much this means to us. We're a small initiative, but
but you guys are doing your thing. I can say that this is probably one of the most candid, intellectual conversations I've ever had with the host.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
Keep at it.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot. We only play exclusively Kenyan music out there to the world. And we have had over 35 countries tune in. So this is blessed. As we're talking about that invisible currency, you have really come out here. And, like we were saying, it's something that's not tangible. Your name speaks wonders. And man, I'm just blessed. And thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. God bless you for that.
Bless you. Do you have any parting words to say?
Nini rada ni chafu na kutakwa na nitafadhe. Nothing was it, Joe. Thank you guys, man. God bless you. God bless everybody out there. Respect the OGs. Yeah. And but by the way,
yes.
Radio 254. This is where it happens.
Yes.
This is where it happens.
Yes.
And you guys are the best. Keep at it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, man. Just trying to do the best that we can with, the platform that we have, putting KE out there to the world. It's been your girl, Sonia Pinto. And until next time, peace.